Hey guys, welcome back to Paradise. So I'm sure we can all agree that living the nomadic lifestyle isn't always as amazing as everybody makes it look like on YouTube and things like that, all the bigger channels. But it's really not too difficult when you have the money and you're just dotting along from campground to campground. You're fully hooked up. You have the air conditioning and you have the heating and you have a bigger space. It's really not that difficult. Of course it looks glamorous. But for the majority of us that live simple and aren't hooked up to the grid, it makes it a little more difficult. And today, I'm just going to talk to you about weather. It's like this year, everybody can agree that it's been crazy hot. And when you don't have air conditioning, or like us, we're completely off grid and never hooked up, it gets a little tricky. And you have to pretty much define your route by what the temperature is going to be and where you're going to go. So, today I just wanted to bring you a few tips on what you could do to beat the heat if you don't have an air conditioner set up or if you're never hooked up. So, the pretty much first tip is just going to be go where the shade is. So pretty much trees are going to be a good majority of them. So pretty much all the forest land's a fantastic place to go. And just like canyons too. Canyons, if you can find like a little nook in a canyon, pretty much all you're trying to do is limit the amount of sunshine you're going to get directly on where you're parked. So you can, pretty much if you park in a canyon, you're only going to get it where it's like right above you. So you actually miss a lot of the sun. And then it actually gets kind of cool at evening. So the canyon lands can be cold. The deserts can be cold. Arizona in December gets down to like the 20s, so it's definitely chilly if you find the right spots. If you stay in the north, it's definitely going to be colder than like down in the flat part. So next tip, go where the water is. If you can find a nice reservoir somewhere to park next to, pretty much those are usually pretty busy with recreationists. So if you want to again find your kind of your own little nook spot, like up here. We're up in the forest here, and there's a little stream down the road that the dogs can play in. That's fantastic. It saves us with the heat. Anything that and then you can filter water, you can swim in it. It's just fantastic. And then if you get trees with the water, it's just a double bonus. We've been in 100-degree temperatures, and it's not too bad when you're underneath a tree and you have water nearby that you can go and swim and cool off in and stuff like that. Next up, pretty much just go north, as far north as you can go. We used to go up to like the Yukon every year and do a backpacking and stuff up there, but now with COVID, Canada's closed. So the last couple of years, we've just been hanging out in like Montana, Idaho, Washington, pretty much anywhere on the northern border of the United States here, pretty much on the west, because that's where you can get your trees and water and stuff at. That'll keep you definitely cooler. And then last case scenario is you go up in elevation. That's definitely going to get you cooler. So Pacific Northwest is pretty much where you're going to want to be in the summer, because this summer has been crazy hot, 100 and some degrees. We were actually just over in Montana, and it was pretty much 110, 120 on the ground, which it was still like 100 degrees in the air, but yeah, just the ground temperature. So the dogs really can't go anywhere on the sand or anywhere like that. And then there's really not too many mountains on the middle there. But once you start working your way west, you can kind of get up in elevation. And as you can see here, this place is amazing. We're, I don't know, probably about 8,000 feet right now. And I was just wearing a sweater a little bit ago. It's kind of cloudy today, but it's probably like 70, 75, 80 today. And still in Montana, it's over 100 degrees, or at least in the 90s. So definitely dodging that and dodging all the smoke too, because all the smoke is blowing that way from the fires. So yeah, and best case scenario is you can find all four together. So here, yeah, we got the shade. We got the water down the road, so it's not exactly at camp, but the dogs can go down if we want to go play in it. We're up in elevation, and we're all the way as far north pretty much as we can go. So that's your best way to beat the heat if you don't want to pay a ton of money to sit in your air conditioner all day. If you like being outside, if you like going for walks, you like being in nature, this is the point of being a nomad. We love it. It's sucks that we have to dodge around so much because of the fires. That's more of a different issue, but still. Pacific Northwest is where you're going to want to be to dodge the heat. And then in the winter, yeah, there's tons of places you can go. That's kind of the opposite. If you don't want to be too hot, then yeah, go south. Arizona's a fantastic place. Southern California, Texas, Florida, all those places have a lot of great places to check out to beat the heat. And that actually gets too cold. So it's a little in between. Actually, this is our hottest part of the year, which, yeah, summer usually is, but our coldest is actually down in Arizona. So. But that's winter down there, so that's where we have to deal with our cold. So now we get used to the coldness at 50 degrees here, so I got to put my sweater back on. But anyways, hope you guys found that handy. Well, if you got any more questions or concerns, hope you guys found that handy. Otherwise, if you got any more questions, just let us know in the comments below. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.